First, there was Newt Rockne, All-American. Then there was Rudy. Now, a story of opportunity that can only be told in the shadow of the Golden Dome.
It's the perfect setting, the perfect time, the perfect story. 300 yards from the most famous college football stadium in America. 200 yards from a brand new $63 million performing arts center. 7,000 homes, an established neighborhood of 15,000 people, and the blessing of the University of Notre Dame to build an enterprise and energize a community. Here on Eddy Street, at the south edge of the Notre Dame campus, you can see the stadium right over there. On an average day, about 15,000 cars move through this area, and projections indicate that it will dramatically increase in the next 5 years. Busy as it might be on any given day, just imagine how it feels when the Fighting Irish put on the pads and tee it up in the fall.
I think this is one of the most unique opportunities in the Midwest. I mean, who in the country doesn't know about Notre Dame? Who in the country doesn't know about the special environment that is here in South Bend? And you'll be within walking distance of this neighborhood with thousands of people ready to be your customers.
All you have to do is come in on a football weekend and you can see the hundreds of thousands of people that line up around the university, the stadium, the facilities here. We certainly want to emphasize that the development is going to be better for the neighborhood. But on game day weekends, these places are just going to be rocking.
I never had a problem finding a place to eat when I went to Ann Arbor or East Lansing or Knoxville, Tennessee, but try to find a place to eat adjacent to the Notre Dame campus. There are none.
I buy for my sisters and my mom and my dad.
Like some kind of a restaurant that we could eat in after the game.
Definitely more food. A cafe.
Nice restaurant, shops.
But make sure you have large women's sizes, too.
This neighborhood has been here for a long, long time. At one point, it was named after Father Edward Sorin, who founded Notre Dame 162 years ago. Professors live here, students live here, blue-collar and white-collar workers, black, white, Asian, Native American, people who've lived in countries all over the world, and good old-fashioned lifelong Midwesterners.
You start with strong, vibrant, interactive neighborhoods. That's really the basis of good commercial, economic, retail environments. We have a very, very good environment in the whole Northeast neighborhood.
The excitement is that what was once declining will now be regenerated and new birth taking place in this community.
I think the university is really excited about the possibility of developing an area of town that for so many years has been a wonderful neighborhood.
The houses that are being built new in this neighborhood match the architectural styles of the houses that were built there 100 years ago.
Those new homes are just terrific. They really did a wonderful job of picking up the style in the neighborhood, the American Foursquare. My wife wants to get one of them. And of course, as you look down Notre Dame Avenue and see the Golden Dome, it's a great place to be.
The development team spent a lot of time in the huddle, coming up with just the right play. The City of South Bend, 2 major hospitals, the Northeast Neighborhood Association, and the University of Notre Dame. All of them are working from the same playbook.
What we have is a friendly and accepting environment for the things that you're looking at in a brochure becoming a reality on the street.
You do want to set some guidelines so that you get the atmosphere and the aesthetics that you're looking for and the ambiance that you're trying to create for the neighborhood and the retail commercial corridors and the residential area as well.
Those guidelines were developed by the neighbors themselves. It's really important for us as a university to work hand in hand with the neighbors, because they're the ones that have said, wait a minute, we live here. We think that this is what the neighbors should look like for the future.
Guidelines aren't meant to be restrictive. Guidelines are really meant to say, use your creativity, but let's look at human scale elements. The scale that we're really encouraging for commercial development and retail development here will be 2- and 3-story buildings. We're going to encourage 2nd and 3rd floor residential above those buildings. And we're really looking for some smaller businesses. We're looking for some unique retail, some unique food opportunities.
We would see a lot of street life, a lot of activity, people out, milling about, walking up and down, looking into shop windows. It would be really on the likes of Alexandria and what's happening and has happened in that downtown. The storefront and the activity that's occurring behind that glass, and the people coming and going through the door, and all the activity and lights that are part of an eclectic mix of buildings that are all sewn together.
The flow of traffic through the village is also vital to the game plan, with the influence of the city, the university, and the state of Indiana. Some big improvements are already in the works. Angela Boulevard will be straightened, State Road 23 will be redone, spacious parking will be added in a way that does not detract from the ambiance of the village, and traffic circles will create the perfect urban tempo, a slow and steady movement of potential customers past a warm, inviting marketplace with modern cleanliness and historic charm.
In the past, the traffic patterns have had an adverse effect on the neighborhood, leading partly to some of the deterioration that we saw in the neighborhood over the last 30 to 40 years.
We're looking at different opportunities to, again, move traffic smoothly, but also not feel like you're on a ribbon of highway.
The city has public dollars that can be spent on public infrastructure, roads, sidewalks, demolition, preparation of areas, things like that.
Right now, the Performing Arts Center butts up very closely to the current road, but eventually that road is going to be shifted south a bit. Now imagine a promenade, a park, where people can come from the neighborhood, from the community, enjoy the park-like atmosphere, be able to go right into the Performing Arts Center and enjoy a terrific Broadway show, a terrific concert, opera, a play. That's the kind of ebb and flow, a fluid movement of people coming from the neighborhood into the university that we want to see.
There'll be trees and grass to help really buffer cars from the activity on the street.
Instead of having parking right in front of a building, have the building to the sidewalk so that the pedestrians can see in the windows, see the product, but we'll have plenty of parking. It's just in the back, it's in other locations.
Former Notre Dame football coach Lou Holtz once said, "The man who complains about the way the ball bounces is most likely the one who dropped it." So don't drop this one. Feel the energy and seize the potential of being here. Where the action is, your business could shake down the thunder for years to come.
If you want to improve the quality of your life, I can't think of a better place than the village and the area between Notre Dame and the Northeast neighborhood,
where excitement is growing by the day and not just on football Saturdays.
The community says, welcome, but we are proud of what we are and what we represent.
There will be great opportunities here, and as we move forward, we don't want you to miss out.
It's at the edge, really on our front porch of, we think, the greatest campus in the world.
We've got a great diversity of community here. We've got students, faculty, neighbors. We want you here too.
Come on, be a part of the excitement. Now is the moment. Now is the opportunity.